Hello folks, and welcome to you. I'm just making some of these sort of like delicate bowls with a narrow foot. Actually, I've got one here that I made. Sometimes it helps me to work from one that I've already made before. So this is one that I have in fact made and bisque fired. That I like the shape of, so I brought it in here and I thought I'll plonk it down beside me on the wheel and I'll use that as a model to work from. So in fact the one I'm going to do now is a bit bigger. This is like 2 pounds of clay. So bowls are always popular things that people like to make, aren't they? A popular type of pot. And I, for one, also like doing bowls very much. I've just got to get some more water for my wheel, and I keep my water warm on one of these tray things, you know, these heated trays. So I take this, it's lovely and warm now, you see, and I just top up my wheel, put the box on the top of it, you see, like that, and it traps all the heat. It's not a bad idea. I recommend it. So anyway, let's just try and move this tripod in. Okay, well there's the lump of clay, and she's just going to move it back a touch. I have noticed that some of my videos have been a bit out of focus. I think I've been a bit too close. Okay, well there we are. So yeah, 2 pounds of clay. And you may wonder, well, why has he got the bat the wrong way up, with the bat holes, for the bat pins pointing upwards? We'll talk about that in a moment when I finish the pot. So I'm just going to cone this up. For your interest, what I'm going to do from now on, for a period of time anyway, is put up for auction one of my tea bowls, and you should find a link on this video clip in the description underneath. You should find a link that will take you to my website where you can see the tea bowl there for auction. The auctions are going to run for a week at a time, and so I encourage you to go there if that's something that maybe interests you, and have a look and place a bid if you feel you'd like to. Okay, so I'm making this bowl. It's a fairly narrow footed bowl, so I've got to make it, I want to make it narrowish now. I don't want to have to trim away vast amounts of clay. So getting a little bit of height, okay? Generally with bowls, just if you want to get a certain height of bowl, well, make sure you get that height and a bit more, because when you widen it, it's going to come down, isn't it? Dee, 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 dee. Pulling the clay, widening slightly, taking it right to the lip here. Okay, now one of the things that you want to make sure with bowls is that you get the inside a nice curve, yeah? Now I'm just taking over the edge here, you see. Now I'm narrowing the foot a bit more, which is throwing it off true a bit. I'm going to try to just now bring it back into true. This is one of the things that I like this wheel is for, because I get precise control over the speed of what's going on here. I've got my finger or my foot on the pulse, something you can never do with an electric wheel. Okay, so one, I'm satisfied that the inside shape at the bottom is a nice, gentle, flowing, continuous curve. He's got a little bit of waver to him, as you can see. That doesn't bother me. In fact, I could quite like it. Maybe we have to get away from that concept that everything on the wheel has got to be exactly running true, like it's on a lathe, you know. I mean, I know what it is to make things on a lathe. I was an engineer before I was a potter, and my job was working on a lathe. So I spent a lot of years working to within a thousandth of an inch, you know what I mean? So this is like a little bit more refreshing. I'm still going round and round. Alright, so I'm going to just give it a token sticking with my throwing stick at the base there, because this is going to be trimmed. Alright, there it is. And we're going to get the leather, piece of chamois leather, good to use on your rims. Okay, gently, very gentle, almost no pressure. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to cut him off at this stage. Just give my hands a clean off here. Let's have a look. Are you still in the picture? Okay, so now what I wanted to show you was, or explain to you why am I making the pot upside down on the bat. And the reason is I wanted to try an experiment, and that is, as you can see, I can't tip the pot upside down, or you can have a look at the bowl while we're here, I suppose. But on the underside of that bowl, on the underside of the bat, you can see the material I stapled to the bat the other day in that other clip. So we've done a test here as well, as much as anything, and that is, we've tested out that this we can actually use without bat pins, straight down on a dry wheel head, and I think it should be dry, Alright, so you just want to, if you're going to do this, just make sure your wheel head is dry. But then I can basically just take that bowl and put him back on the wheel now, you see, as if I had had back pins. I don't know if there's any real advantage. The original idea of using that material on that side was for trimming, and for that purpose you can still use it. Okay folks, just a few ideas there to keep you on the boil. Or maybe you're not on the boil. Maybe you're only on the back burner. But anyway, keep bubbling and keep practicing. That's the secret. Okay folks, well that's just an example of a narrowish footed bowl and how I go about throwing it. Why don't you have a go? See you around. Bye bye.